Hi everyone, my name is Kim Marilyn. I am the founder visionary of Stages of Purple Inspirations. Also, I have a certification in biblical counseling as well as a certification in life relationship coaching and also a master's degree in marriage family therapy, MFT for short. So as I was wanting to, just get some information out, I said, what can I start with? I have a drive and a passion and a love for thriving marriages and relationships that, just want to see them at their highest peak. And the best way to do that is through information, education, and teaching others. So, I want to start at the very basic level. And the basic level is after he proposed to you and you say, I do, many people say, where do we go from here? Many times people just start thinking of planning the wedding and, what they got to do and to get prepared and things like that. I think that, that you should think about premarital counseling or coaching. So I would talk about three type of premarital coaching settings that you can do it in. And many people do not think about premarital counseling or coaching because they feel like they don't need it or they don't know nothing about it. They just don't know about it. So about 35%, maybe 40% of people do not do premarital counseling because they did not know or no one spoke to them about it or anything like that. I knew about premarital counseling, but it was kind of like, do I need to or no, no. But me and my husband belong to a church, so that was a requirement that we do premarital counseling. So that is going to be the first setting. So you just have to figure out which setting is best for you. Because I know everyone is not into church and they will not go to that type of setting. So, maybe you need to seek out a regular therapist or coach. But the first setting I will talk about is the church religion setting. If you belong to a church, many times, if it's a small setting church, you will have the pastor to do the premarital counseling for a couple. And many times, in the church setting, it's normally not paid. You don't have to pay for it. If you do, I'm not aware of any churches that charge. I guess, I don't know, unless you don't belong to them or you just paying a minister, to perform the ceremony. And they may want to do some type of a premarital session before they marry you, especially if they don't know you. So many times, like I say, if it's a small setting church, the pastor would do it themselves, and they may do. I have known some people to do maybe 1 or 2 sessions. But if you're really going to do it correctly and really get into some things and learn some things, I think a minimum of 6 sessions will do it. But it also depends on the situation and what's going on. So I say 6 at the minimum to at least 12 sessions. And I would say you should do it. I would say the sooner the better. I would say even like up to like a year. Most people get married like a year after proposal. Some may go a little bit longer, some go less, but the average is about a year or 2. So I will go ahead and start premarital counseling or coaching as soon as possible, and so that you all can go ahead and tackle and deal with any things that you do not believe in or you two are not agreeing on together. And so I would do another video and I would get into the importance of premarital counseling or coaching, and I would break down the main areas that you target during that time. But the pastor will do it, and if it's a fairly large church, they may have a marriage ministry that do perform premarital coaching class and those types of things. So and a lot of times it's a requirement before the pastor minister would marry the couple. They will have to go through this premarital counseling with the pastor or like a marriage ministry that handles that part. So, and some other requirements of church is that both of you all are saved. So, That's a good thing. I would begin there. I would start there. If you are in a church, belong to a church, go to your church, and you can learn a lot just by having the premarital counseling. So, and a second setting is a therapist, counselor, coach. You can get that, in which that is a paid service, and it's the same. It's the minimal times is about 6 sessions, between 12 sessions, and you sit down with a therapist or a coach individually, and you go over like the different parts, and you see your weak areas, strong areas, what areas that you two need to work on, what areas y'all disagree or don't agree on. And many times you do an assessment, and you really should be honest on these assessments, because that actually tell the truth about the two of you together. And many times, the therapist will give you homework and things like that to work on, for premarital counseling. But like I said, premarital counseling is really a good thing to do before marriage, because it can set up your marriage for success. I'm not saying it's not going to prevent anything. It's going to just be a fairy tale. No, it would not. Things going to happen. Things going to come up. Disagreement, hurt, pain, and disappointment could come up, but you will have some tools under your belt that you can work and know how to work through it. So, some people would choose to go that route. Many times, if they are not or do not go to church, or not in no type of religious setting, then they would seek out a traditional or type of therapist to actually work with for the premarital portion before they get married. Also, the other group, or the last group, is a group type of premarital class, which the two before this can do it in the same type of setting, which my husband and myself, we did it that way. We did it in a group setting, and it was 6 weeks. And like I said, and it go back to the church setting. The church setting is, when you do it in a church setting, it is biblical. It's around God's word. So you will be getting information strictly from the Bible, and because God instituted marriages. So what better place, to start? The Bible. So that part you would get from your pastor or your church. Now, in a traditional with the therapist, it depends on what type of therapist. If you're, like I said, if you're not religious or anything like that, then you would do more of a different type of approach. Just, different type of theories or statistics and things like that you will work around. And so that's what that basically we are based off of. But you can get with a paid therapist that is a biblical counselor, like myself, that do biblical counseling or coaching, and you could come from the Bible. Also, you could work through things that way. And the group setting, like I said, the church religious setting, and also the therapist setting, both can do it in group settings, meaning you just have other couples that you all will work through, go through different things together. I think that setting is a very fun setting, and the reason why is because it's a group of you all, and you working together. You're learning from each other. You can learn from each other. You can pull from each other, and just gain insight on different things from each other. But you just have to know your setup and your soon-to-be spouse setup, because you may not want to do in a group setting, because some people will not be open, honest, and truthful about things with a lot of people around, and some people just want to feel more of doing it in a more intimate type setting, meaning with just the couple and the therapist or the pastor. So you just have to know what type of setting best works for you. Because, even if you have a large, going back to the church, a large church, and you do it in a group, If you do not feel comfortable with that, I'm pretty sure that if they have a marriage ministry that is a setup where you could do it in a more intimate setting, meaning just like a one-on-one, or just the couple and the whoever doing the counseling or coaching. So you just have to figure out which one is the best setting for you, or just based off for your lifestyles and your values. You just need to figure out which one is best for you. And I just wanted to give that information to people or couples or anyone just thinking about getting married, even though I know during this time we are in this pandemic, but life is still going on. People are still planning things, and people doing things. People still getting married. People still, they're being asked, they're getting engaged. They're having children. So, we still have to move on with life and continue to do it the best way we can. And, so life still goes on. So I am talking about premarital counseling, coaching, the different type of settings. So it's up to you to figure out which setting is for you, but also come back and tune in, because I will be doing a section on the importance of premarital counseling, coaching. And I will be breaking down the 8 critical lessons to be learned from premarital counseling, coaching. So hopefully you will join me. If you know of someone that's going to get married, or want to get married, or even you just want the information for a future reference for yourself, please tune in and watch this. Also, if you like this video, please share, comment, ask questions. I can be reached at stagesofpurple@gmail.com. If you have any questions or anything you would like to leave, you can do that. And also check out my page on Facebook. It's Stages of Purple Inspirations. That's my page, and many times I go live on there. So check it out. Check me out. My website will be coming up soon. I also do interest assessment, just to get a feel for what you're looking for. That is free. And also, like I said, I do individual coaching, premarital coaching, post-marriage coaching, as well as group coaching for premarital and post-marriage. So check me out, and just start with the basics. Learn about the basics. I will try to go into more statistics and things like that, as far as when I go into the area of the importance of premarital counseling and coaching. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this by replay, please comment, share, like. I really would appreciate this. Also, like I said, if it's not for you, please share it with someone that you know that can gain some information from it. So let's just start with the basics. So my name again is Kim Marilyn. I am the founder visionary of Stages of Purple Inspirations, and I have a certification biblical counseling, as well as certification life coach, coaching relationship, and as well as a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, also known as MFT for short. Everyone have a good day, good night, good morning, good evening, and most of all, be safe.